Benjamin,
Hi, Big Brother.
as the holder of the nomination superpower, tonight you will nominate twice.
Correct.
You must use the same point system as normal. That means nominating 2 people each time for either 3 and 2 points or 4 and 1. This gives you a significant advantage over your fellow housemates. It's time for your first set of nominations. You have 5 points to nominate 2 housemates. Who do you nominate first, for how many points, and why?
I nominated Estelle for 4 points. I find that her behaviour in the house at times can be quite reckless. I and close friends of mine in the house have gone to her to explain things to help her in a way, and she's taken that information in the wrong way, and I find that reckless behaviour of not really understanding it and misinterpreting it then backlashes on people, which can affect my time here and can affect other people.
Have you considered that perhaps Estelle may not need your help?
I just find that in general, because even though she might not need my help, she's not listening to really any advice that anyone wants to give her, good or bad, and I don't particularly find that a good trait in someone.
Accepted. You have 1 point remaining in your first set of nominations. Who do you nominate and why?
I nominate Ray for 1 point. I nominate Ray because I felt as though his behaviour in certain situations has been aggressive, and although he can apologise, you don't seem to forget what actually has been done, and this proves to be quite difficult to forgive and forget. So I nominate him for 1 point just based on that aggressive behaviour.
Have you ever felt threatened by Ray's behaviour, Benjamin?
Yes, I have.
When?
There was a particular incident where there was a dancing competition and I saw him being aggressive with another housemate. I was afraid that he would then do the same thing to me, and since that particular time I distanced myself from any chance where Ray's overexcited behaviour might put me in a threatening situation.
Accepted. Benjamin, your first nominations are complete. You now have a short time to consider your second nominations.
Ooh, okay, so Benjamin gave Estelle 4 points, so she's rocketed to the top of the red zone. He will get a second chance to nominate after the break. Who will be in trouble when Ben does the dirty double, and our intruder gets set to storm the house after this. Welcome back. This is the beating heart of Nominations Night Live. Our intruder is on standby. Only 3 nominations to go before we meet her. Now, Benjamin has reloaded. He is ready to fire again from the cover of the diary room.
Benjamin,
Yes, Big
it's
Brother.
time for your second set of nominations. You have already nominated Estelle and Ray. You may not nominate them again. You have another 5 points. Who do you nominate first, for how many points, and why?
I nominate Bradley for 4 points. I've tried on every week to get close to him in a particular way, and he treats me very differently to the rest of the housemates. I'm not too sure why he treats me differently, but that general feeling is hard for me to understand, on top of the comments that he makes about the girls continuously. One of the girls who was trying to look, treat him quite nicely and look after him, behind her back was quite, could be a little bit perverse with the way he described her, and that to me was not a strong quality in a housemate, and it doesn't bode well with me.
Accepted. You have 1 point remaining.
My last point goes to Angie. Whilst I love Angie to pieces, I'm only giving her this 1 point on the basis that she referred to her having a place in the house that she was worried Estelle would take. And whilst I think that's just, I just think that's just crazy to see that there's a hierarchy in the house. To me, I want the house to be seen as an open playing field where everyone can be friends. And with her determining that makes me believe there's a unpopularity group, and I think in that type of behaviour she could be blocking other housemates from reaching their potential and their best. So I feel like that 1 point, unfortunately, is appropriate to hand to Angie.
Are you in the popular group, Benjamin?
I don't believe there is a popular group. There is no popular group.
Couldn't you just say there was one and you were in it?
No, there is no popular group. I'm not in a popular group. I see the house as an open playing field for everyone, but I believe that if someone develops the notion that there is a popular group, that isn't something that I'm interested in. I think that's unfair to other housemates, and I don't believe that's a great system in us all getting along as a house.
Accepted. Your nominations are complete. You have used your superpower. Benjamin, Big Brother reminds you that you already have 1 strike for discussing nominations. If you allude to or intimate in any way who you think nominated you or anyone else, then you will receive another strike. 3 strikes and you're out. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand that, Big Brother.
Remain in the diary room until further notice.
Ooh, okay, so Benjamin will have to be very careful. He likes to think of himself as a man of power and influence, so no doubt Benjamin relished using the superpower. I'm going to ask him about it, so we just have to keep nice and quiet. Hi, Benjamin.
Hi, Sonia. How are you? Tina Sparkle.
Hi. Now, you just used your superpower, and I want to know, did you enjoy it?
I didn't, no. I found it to be a bit stressful because I think Sarah taught me a very valuable lesson in being in the house, and that is for me to love all housemates equally. And having twice the amount of energy to put into this nomination is a negative effect on me. And I just feel really upset by having to divide such an enormous amount of points to these people. And I know that, I'm so sorry, Sonia, I know Australia must be thinking, oh, you know, that's a bit soppy, but...
It's okay. It's hard, but there are also advantages. What was the best thing about being able to nominate twice?
I felt like I could split my mind in a certain way to what I think was right, and then what I thought might have been right for someone who left last night.
Do you see yourself as being a bit of a strategist, Ben?
No, I'm a believer in just trusting my own abilities, and I think it's important to believe in myself. And I think that going with that instinct is where I need to be, not strategising, because it just makes it much harder.
Yeah, all right. Well, only 2 people are left to nominate. Do you think they'll do anything surprising?
Look, I just really hope they don't nominate me.
All right, well, I have to go because Angie is in the chamber. She's ready to nominate Benjamin. Good luck. We'll talk to you soon.
What a lovely blouse you're wearing.
Oh, thank you.
Angie.
Hi, Big Brother.
Nominate now.
For 3 points, I'd like to nominate Estelle. The reason I'd like to do this is because it's become apparent, I think, to me that there's certain people playing the game, and I feel like her behaviour this week has shown to me that she is playing the game. It seems towards the start of the week she was quite standoffish, and then coming up to nominations day she's been quite clingy, doing things out of the ordinary that have made me think that.
What kind of things?
For instance, usually she would be off doing her own things, wouldn't hang around me too much in the weeks before, and then things like when I was in the tree today, she was by my side the whole time. It just seems to me like people don't change overnight, and in a game like this it just makes me think that she might not be being completely honest to herself and myself because she is playing the game, and that doesn't sit well with me.
Okay, let's talk about honesty. Would you be happier in a house without her?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm nominating her.
Accepted. You have 2 points remaining.
Okay, for 2 points, I'll nominate Ro. For similar things, I feel like he's probably playing the game as well. It was brought to my attention that, in my eyes, I thought he was really into Zoe, and since and it's become apparent that he's not actually into her, he's actually just doing it in group situations, which makes me think he's also playing the game. And again, I don't sit well with living with people who are playing the game if I think that it's because they're not being honest with me and with themselves.
Accepted.
Thanks, big brother.
Estelle, to the chamber. Estelle.
Big brother!
Nominate now.
For 2 points, I nominate Zoe, because every single creature I try to save, she wants to kill. I really like her, but I think if she can be cruel to animals, she's maybe, you know, capable of also being mean to people behind their back.
That's stretching somewhat of a long bow, Estelle.
Yes, big brother. I can give you an example.
Go ahead.
It relates to the next person I nominate as well, in that she'll sit at the table and act as if she's very interested in something and then give quite sly, horrible looks to people across the table about the person that's speaking.
Accepted. You have 3 points remaining.
Oh, okay. For 3 points, I nominate Stacey for a similar reason, because she's hilarious, but I think that jokes should not be at the expense of... Oh, I should look ahead, right. Jokes should not be at the expense of other people, and she's done that a number of times, which I can see hurt those people, and I think it's just...
Have any of these jokes been at your expense, Estelle?
Yes, but that's not my reason for nomination. What she's done with Brian Bradley a number of times is, it's too much.
Why are you nominating on Bradley's behalf?
Because I can see if she's willing to do it to Bradley or to Ray, she's capable of doing it to anyone. Because I care for them.
Accepted. That is all.
Okay, thanks. Got to look straight ahead.
Housemates. Nominations are over. All housemates to the lounge.
This is what it says look straight ahead, so I'm looking at it.
That was interesting. I don't think Zoe's been nominated before, has she? Certainly not by Estelle, I don't think. It's a pretty straightforward equation. 11 very strong voices, plus 1 superpower equals doom and gloom for our unlucky nominees. Estelle, Ray and Angie are about to face a week of uncertainty, being up for eviction, although it's not the first time for either Ray or Estelle. So let's cross live to the house where Big Brother is set to fess up about Benjamin's superpower and give the new nominees the bad news.
I think I've actually had 3 nominees.